We did a message yesterday about truth. God's kingdom is not of this world, based on John 18. I was thinking about something that I've said about truth. You can have your truth, his truth, her truth, but there's only one truth, right, is what we talked about. And I gave this analogy. You can say that in your truth, you gave birth to your mother. Well, and I wanted to add something more to that, because, well, there are many women in the world. And surely anyone can say that anyone is anyone's mother. And many women can say they are your mother. But the truth is you only have one mother, so just because you have 1,000 women claiming to be your mother, and you claiming that 1,000 different women could be your mother, and therefore you do not know which one is your mother, does not change the fact that you only have one mother, and indeed you have a mother. And that's really the argument with God, isn't it? Well, everybody, which God is the real God? Everybody got their own God. Even the atheists have a God. Their God is the God of chance and luck. Random mutations, chance. So there's all these deities. The Romans have their pantheon, the Greeks, the Canaanites, the Amorites, the Jebusites. Everybody have their gods, right? Well, how do you know which one? Which woman is your mother? Well, today we do this thing called DNA test. Because, as it turns out, you are very similar to your mother. You carry her genetic properties. So it's quite simple to tell if someone is your mother. You take a sample of her, a sample of you, and, well, check for matches. Check for the relevancy, the similarities. So just because somebody say they're your mother doesn't mean anything. Let's do a DNA check and confirm. Well, guess what? It works the same way with God. How do you know that God is your father? Yeshua talked a lot about that with the Pharisees, didn't he? Well, think about it. What did he tell them? You are like your father, the devil. He was a liar from the beginning, and, well, you're just like him. DNA test. Who are you like? Are you anything like your father? Well, you are. The only question is which father? The righteous father or the fallen father? If you belong to God, the Father Adonai, the God of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Israel, the just God, the Creator, well, then you ought to share his similarity and have his genetic code in you. Which is why Yeshua said, you will be known by your deeds. A tree is known by the fruit it bears. If you are children of God, you will share his similarities. You will be like him. Yeshua said, I and the Father are one. You seen me, you seen the Father. I'm just like him. I have the same likeness. Remember, Adam was originally created in God's image and his likeness. He was created like him. But then he fell into sin, knowing good and evil, and became like the other father, who is all evil. A liar from the beginning. Did God really say? Well, and now you're born saying that. Everyone you know is, did God really say? Is there really a God? Well, there you go. So which father are you like? Because you have a father, but not everyone is your father. You can have your truth, your opinion, your lie, but the truth of the matter is you belong to someone and you resemble someone. Now, truly everyone is created by God, but not everyone are children of God. Because God is spirit, the Lord is spirit, and to be his child is to be his spiritual child in the spirit. You have to be born again as a child of God. The flesh is born of the flesh, but the spirit is of the spirit. If you want to be a child of God, you have to have his spirit, and that means the way you conduct yourself. Your mental elements Not your flesh and blood, that you can look like your daddy and your mommy and have his nose and have her eyes. But the way you conduct yourself, who you really are. Is your spirit akin to the spirit of your father? Or are you the children of the fallen father? And that's why you're so evil, selfish, demonic, proud, deceitful. Because he's your father, and you look just like him. So remember, it doesn't matter your truth, his truth, her truth. There is just one truth. Just because there are 1,000 different deities doesn't mean that all of them are your father, and it doesn't mean that none of them are your father. One of them is your father. You just gotta figure out which one, based on your similarity. Because even though there are many gods in the pantheon, there is only one holy God, only one righteous God, only one there is none other but him, and there is none other like him. And that is Adonai, Elohim, the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He is the one and he is the only one. And if you want to be his child, you have to have his spirit. And that is the truth.